Hey guys, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a great subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive on into it. What's our subject for today? Let's give us a little fist bump and say howdy first. Okay, our title for today is Selling. Does your boss love you? What? What did he say? I said selling. Does your boss love you? I'm going to tell you what. That's kind of funny, but you know what? Love is a crazy thing. I don't mean the physical kind of love, but the kind of love that somebody says, dang, I'm glad you work with us. I'm glad you work for me. I'm glad you work with this company. That kind of love. Our topic for today is selling. Does your boss love you? Now, see, here's the thing. Everybody's loved when they're doing real good. That means you're selling, baby. You're knocking it out the park. But what about them days when you're not doing so great? Does your boss still love you? That's a good question. Well, here's the way you can figure it out. Do you show up to work every day? Do you work harder than most? Are you mediocre? Do you find yourself, complaining all the time? Woe's with me, and I can't do my job. I don't know why these people got better leads than me. Now, if you're kind of a person who's always complaining, putting yourself in a little box saying, well, I'd be as good as that guy if I had all his whatever, her, whatever, their leads, their everything. See, here's the thing. Selling and does your boss love you is basically saying, hey, I'm going to show up every day. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do more than is expected of me. I'm going to try to keep a positive attitude. Because some days, like I say, my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all when it comes to selling. And as far as your boss loving you and so forth, he's trying to look at you in a way that, you may not even thought of. If you're out there doing a good job, you're showing up every day, you're doing more than is expected, and you're not complaining all the time. I mean, everybody got their little day when they have a little pity party. But, like my mom always said, you got to keep that in perspective. You got to go ahead and do that little thing and get over with. Because you got to go out there and sell something. Our topic for today is selling. Does your boss love you? You're going to find out that your boss does love you if you do the right next thing. Now, see, everybody loves number one guy. They always love that guy. They love that lady who's number one. They love the person that's kicking butt and calling names. But see, you got these people that are called trusty salespeople. These people over a time, they are going to be the kind of people you want around because, see, there are sometimes people who will be winners and they'll be like a little firecracker, boom, and then they fizzle out. Then you got some of those people that are mediocre. Now, these mediocre folks, they complain, they talk about why they can't get this, they can't do that. And I don't want to be one of them. And I hope you don't either. Just a little fist bump to just remind you, don't let that happen to you. Selling, does your boss love you? If your boss keeps you around sometimes when you ain't selling because you haven't done real great for a day or a week or sometimes 2 weeks, and they still keep you on board as far as your selling capabilities, and they give you the rah-rah and say you can do this, and then when we doubt ourselves, they say it's going to be okay. They love you. If you do the things that you're supposed to do, you go out there and knock on them doors, pick up that heavy phone, you go business to business, you do your retail selling, they watching you. They not looking at the little picture. They looking at the whole big picture. They looking at on a monthly basis, every 3 months, quarterly basis. They looking at 6 months basis, and they looking at on an annual basis how much you're selling. They're also looking at how much you sell and the price points that you're selling your merchandise for. If, say, for instance, if you are a person, sells a product for $89 and you got somebody selling it for $150, I don't know, baby. You're making more money for the company. So you may get a little bit less sales, but over the whole, you make a lot more money for the customers and for the company. And they're going to love you. Our topic for today is selling. Does your boss love you? They love it because you bring in revenues. Now, see, we are our worst enemies. We talk down on ourselves when we ain't doing good. I've been there, done that. And I've written some crazy, terrible checks, and I've put myself in a box. But see, I'm one of these kind of people that likes to get out of the box. So what I've had to learn is, I talk to my management, I talk to the bosses, I talk to people who are out there, and I ask them questions. What can I do, to be better? They like that. People that see you trying with a good attitude, and you got this attitude of gratitude where you appreciate you got a job. When's the last time you told your boss, I appreciate my job, I really do. And by the way, I love you. If you get somebody like that, then you have this little camaraderie. Now, don't take advantage of that now. Because, see, you can have a boss love you, but if you don't do your job and you kind of slack up and you don't try to show up, you don't close no sales, yeah, he may not love you, because there's an old saying, what have you done for me lately? I'm sweating real quick because the air conditioner's down. It's hot as hay here in Florida, and I'm just loving life. Today's a good day for a good day. And I love everything there is to do with selling, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all. And I told you I'd tell you some things that most folks don't talk about. They kind of gloss over and tell you you're going to be a real good salesman, but they don't tell you what you're going to go through. And see, the topic for today is selling. Does your boss love you? I know my bosses love me. The reason why they love me is because, see, I come to work with this attitude, with a positive attitude. I get excited. I'm one of these kind of people that likes to motivate people. And I know you do too. People like to work around motivated people. They like to work around people that are not trying to just get through the day and get a couple of dollars. Because I'm going to tell you what, folks, we work on commission. We work mostly on commission. And when we work mostly on commission, we got to get out there with this attitude like we can do it. I can do it. Together, we can do it. But see, if you don't have that kind of an attitude, your boss may not love you as much. And I ain't going to say it's personal or anything, but see, the key to success is you ain't got to be number one for your boss to love you. Because not everybody can be number one. You can be number 2, number 5, or 10. You may have a lot of people in your business, but if you're always at least trying to get to the top 10%, they going to love you a whole lot. Now, I ain't saying if you below that they don't appreciate you and they don't love you, but see, they want you to get to that point where you can be the best that you can be. Now, they're not asking you to go out there and try to do things that are illegal or that aren't right. They want you to be the best salesperson that you can be. And if you show up on a daily basis and you're consistent with your attitude, with your work, if you close sales, if you ask for help. Now, here's the thing, guys. They will love you more if you're going through a situation, if you tell them. Be humble. Hey, I need some help, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm having a bad selling day. And see, that's okay, because see, they'll listen to you. See, a lot of times you don't want to take that on the customers or your other salespeople. You need to go to the management. You get to talk to the people who are in charge and say, listen, I'm struggling. I don't know what's going on. And then maybe they can talk you through it. Now, sometimes by sharing your feelings and you get it off, management can kind of look at you, give it a little pass for a little while, and then tell you, let's get back onto the fundamentals. Let's get back to doing the basics, and let's do those things that made you successful. Yeah, you, Gary, made you successful in the first place. Because we're going to have them days, baby. I'm going to tell you what, someday going to be real good. Someday you're going to be going, dang, man, I don't know what to do. I'm feeling really bad. I don't know why I can't sell nothing. It's cycles. Ups and down, ebb and flow. It's a numbers game. And the more people we talk to and get the opportunity to share our selling stuff to, we're going to be able to make more sales. But see, the question was earlier, is selling, does your boss love you? They really do. Especially if you got a good attitude. Make that a part of your whole life. Now, you ain't got to boo shoot nobody, because see, they can see a boo shooter coming. And if you ain't producing and you're a boo shooter, you're like a dime a dozen. They can get rid of you, and somebody will fill your place. You think you're important, stick your hand in a glass of water and pull it out. That's about how much you'll be missed, especially if you ain't doing a good job and you're just trying to be a mediocre salesperson. Sales managers and bosses, they love people who come to work and just feel like, hey, listen, I can do this. And I can do this job. I really can. Show me how. Teach me. And they're looking for people who want to be trained. Are you a trainable salesperson? Are you a person that's willing to listen to ideas and information and how to close people? Are you pulling questions out of your management and people that are in charge, your bosses, and asking them, hey, listen, I want to be number one. That's a good thing to want to be. Now, hey, listen, if you don't tell your management that you need some additional assistance or that you want additional assistance, they don't know. They think you got it all under control. But see, a lot of times we don't got it under control. Someday we're going to be like freaking, oh man, I wish my boss would help me. Somebody help me. Because we all have those moments of unclarity. I mean, unclear, baby. We don't know what's going on. And, my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I told you I'd talk about these crazy things that folks in selling just don't talk about. Selling. Does your boss love you? When's the last time you had a conversation with your boss without you being afraid? When's the last time you kind of I ain't talking about, brown nosing. I've done it before. What I mean by that is, when did you have a conversation and ask them questions about how they became successful? What made them successful? What can I do to be a more successful salesperson? What can I do, boss, to be like you? Everybody used to do this, say, let's be like Mike, Michael Jordan throwing that basketball. What a great guy that guy was. Great man, businessman. People want to be around winners, not wieners. Okay, they want to be around successful people and people who think successfully. Again, listen, sometimes people will overlook flaws and things in this regard. Bosses do it all the time because, see, they know that everybody's not going to be the type of same salesperson. And there are going to be some people that you think the boss likes a whole lot more than you, but see, they looking at the big picture. They looking at all that you do. So if you show up every day, and you try real hard. They know the ones that are trying real hard. They also know the ones that ain't. They love them. They love the ones that are trying real hard and that may be struggling. They love those kind of people. I've been there. I've done that. And I love people who come to me and say, Gary, can you show me what more I can do to be successful? Can you listen to my ideas? That's a great thing. And management, they want to build you up. Now, especially if they good managers. I ain't saying they're all good, and sometimes business owners ain't always the nicest people in the world. But see, if they love you, does your management, does your team, does your boss love you in selling? It's a really personal thing. Like I said, I've got some people in my life that love me to death. I mean, they treat me so good. But see, I build them up. See, if you're a salesperson, if you build up your management, help them when they need help, do things for them when they need things done, motivate them, give them some great information, talk to them in a positive way, ask them for a positive direction. If you're a salesperson that does more than you're expected to do, more than you're paid for, you're more valuable. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I'm your sales guy. I just thought I'd share this with you because, see, I just was talking to my boss the other day. He said, Gary, I love you, in a positive way, because I love people that are just got a heart, who care about you. I'm that kind of guy. I care about you. And I hope you care about your managers. Now, at first, they may seem a little rough around the edges, but once they get to know you and they figure out that, hey, listen, this person, yeah, they're an asset. Not an ass. I said an asset. A person who's going to be there, who's going to make money for me, because I work on commission too. Because if you're a manager and you don't make no commission or you're not getting paid a salary based on the performance of others, dang, that sucks. So my simple goal today was just trying to motivate you guys. Listen, make sure that your bosses love them. Tell them on occasion, hey, I really appreciate them. Sing when it's their birthday, sing them a little happy birthday song. At Christmas time, tell them thank you for being such a great boss. When they do things right to help you, tell them thank you. And don't take all the credit. If they offer some help in your sales and stuff, if they help close some sales or throw you some freebies and stuff like that, thank them. Thank them, thank them, thank them, thank them. Because they love you. They want you to be a great person. I know it's a strange thing to say love, but I don't know how better to say it. I love people who like to make the best out of the situation. And you know what? I know that you can do this. I know you can be a great salesperson. I know you can do anything you put your mind to. You just have to want to have that confidence in yourself to know that, hey, listen, some days are going to be good. Some days are going to be great. And some days, dang, I wish I would have stayed up in that bed. But see, here's the thing. Our topic for today is selling. Does your boss love you? They do. They love it when you do your best. So don't give up before the miracle. Go out there and shake a leg. Do the grunt work. Do the hard work. Because see, one day you may be the manager and you may have to love on your salespeople. We appreciate being loved. We appreciate being appreciated. So go out there and sell something, but if you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. Our topic for today is selling. Does your boss love you? Yeah, they love me. I know, I love it too. Even if I ain't working with these people no more and I go to a different company, I still get in touch with these people and tell them, I love you, I appreciate you. So go out there and sell something. Have a great day. And don't forget, selling and loving your boss or your boss loving you, yeah, it's a great thing. Go out there and sell something. All right.